Hello guys, I'm here at a new cafe that I found on accident. This is not strictly speaking a transgender video because I've been really enjoying bringing you guys along my journey. I always have, but there's something else I want to talk about. I'm going to try putting on the cat that I've always been for 2 years because it feels like a cat kind of a video. So let's see how it is. No. Nope. 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 I spent too long as this. No, 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 sir, no, sir. Nope. 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 Okay. uh, okay, well, that's fun to realize. Let's move on. And now if you give me just a moment, I was just gonna make a quick and dirty little video, so I didn't put on my trackers at first. But it's like, no, I don't have much fox time today, and I want, I want feet. So I put on my feet, but now I'm gonna pretend to sit in the chair right here, which is my actual chair also, and then we'll keep talking. And I'm not gonna lie, most of why I did that is so I could kick my feet up nice and comf, but that actually just means I'm hanging out. Like, I'm floating awkwardly in this little coffee shop, but that's what we're doing. So now let's talk. And what's going on is I just don't have very much fox time or cat time or squirrel time that I would like to be able to have. That's normal human stuff. That is not a problem. That's just you're working a full-time job, you've got family obligations, but then you're also like spending time with your family, but then you're balancing friendships, and then you're also eating and trying to cook, standard life stuff. And I don't have as much time for my hobby as I would enjoy. But that's not very good language to put towards it, because to me it's not a hobby per se, because this hits in a spiritual way for me. That's what I want to talk about. As I've been a believer for a while. I got it from my first ex-boyfriend, actually. But I'm a big believer in the higher self. It's kind of like a Wiccan tenet, more or less. But they believe in the higher self. You would pray and be unified with your human, like all those senses of spirits, the forms of what it is to be you, and then you operate within harmony. And that's just more or less how I believe. I think when I receive an inspiration spiritually, that's just kind of like a higher. Anyway, it's not like it matters all that much. But having went through 2.5 years or so of learning myself through VR, I feel especially connected to myself here in this virtual space. That's all I'm trying to say. So on one hand, yeah, my hobby is in VR, and my hobby has become making videos, which I love, but to me it still feels like I still am not convinced that people watch these, because it's just me communing with myself, and this is like my special fox time, and I'm just hanging out in my room, like I'm just doing my thing, and I love it, and I'm so happy, and this is just how I center myself. I developed an odd life, but this is just what I like doing. And I gotta say, it does look like a ton of fun to engage in virtual reality the way that so many other people seem to engage in virtual reality. Because people are hanging out all of the time. And I'm friends with some of them, and I could go hang out with them also, and I have more connections than I can keep up with, and people I really want to be able to see. And the thing is, I could, if I wanted to. For instance, I'm a fox right now. I could go be a fox with some buddies. And I'm choosing to be a fox alone instead because I haven't had my personal fox time, which is this. I need to be able to look in the viewfinder and see me. And if I haven't had that, then I will not be satisfied. I will not feel spiritually unified. I don't know what to tell you. And in my special fox time, or cat time, or squirrel time, there's so much else for me to say. And I don't only want to keep up on like the transgender journey because it is also like something I'm thoroughly excited about, but it is a very standard part. Like there's other things which excite me deeply. I am completing work on a system I've been long time developing to alleviate some of this difficulty and internalizing some of what all of this means, because I need my personal VR time just in my room doing my thing where no one else is around. And I miss when people are around though, and I only get to see some people at some events because that's the only things that I go to, and the rest of the time I'm living a life or then doing this, which is doing my favorite thing in isolation, even though I want to do my favorite thing in the company of other people, and I do sometimes, but that balancing act is a difficult thing for me to address. And I tried just now speaking the specifics of the people who I would want to spend more time with, but that's not the point of this video, and we have to stay a little bit on target. One subject matter for one video, which is killing me these days, but you gotta try. And I guess at this point we will hit up the transgender angle again, because it's, as I became more unified with my spiritual self, which is a quest I went on from within VR over the past 2.5 years, I realize a few things, and then I bring those changes with me into the physical world also, which alleviates. I get home from work and then I have to hurry and be in VR so I can be myself, because I can't be myself anywhere else. It's like, no, I don't want that kind of rush. I want to be able to be in the kitchen cooking dinner and feel like myself the way that I get into VR and finally feel like myself. And that's what taking the affirmative steps is like, and already that's felt really good for me. Because I feel like it just gets a lot easier if I'm able to let go of wanting to live a virtual life, maybe not entirely, but to the extent that I would like to be able to, and to let go of seeing as many people as I want to. And it's just, you can't do that and live the balanced life which I require for myself. And a large part of that is refusal to compromise on me, on my art, which is actually my communion. What I do now, talk to the camera and just VR, but in isolation, but in the company of others. It's a very odd little life I carved out for myself. It really is. And I guess I wanted to say that, and that's all. Because I have not been making the time. One sec. Saluton, siciro citie apud auto por daure mi estas tre negra por citio mondo. Mi ne donas sufice tempo por Esperanta klubo. Mia Esperanto klubo. Mia Esperanta klubo. Mi ne sufice kunveneblas kun miai amiko. Mi ne videblas sufice miai amikoj. Kai mi ne scias kiel diri koto po, do mi volpigis. Volpijas. And I will just keep talking about Esperanto in Esperanto when I have to talk about Esperanto, because so help me it's happening, even though I don't have very much time. But altogether it's okay. I spent about 30 minutes as an animal on the internet, and I am on the internet, but I've just been doing my own stuff, so on my home Wi-Fi. And I'll be able to edit some of this together, because this was just really important for me to do, because it's spiritual work for me. And yeah, it's my hobby. Making videos is my hobby, but I'm recognizing out how important it really is. And as I live more of a balanced life, which includes bringing elements of the virtual world into the real world, i.e., as I had found myself through virtual reality, bringing myself into the world to unify all parts of myself, which I think might alleviate the desire that I have to VR so deeply, because I will be more readily accessed in all parts of life. It just seems like a good upgrade. And above all else, I felt like talking, and so I did, because I just love talking so much. And I always have, and I fell out of the habit for like a whole entire year, man. But we're talking, we are talking, and we are determined to talk, and we shall not stop ever again, because those were dark times. Those were dark times. And I wanted to say what I did today, and so I did. And I don't even know what it was. So if you know what it was, you let me know. But I had a fun time, and I'll figure it out. And to all of my friends, I'm really sorry I can't see you guys more often. And to everyone in Resonate, I'm sorry that I'm not around and working on making that a better place also, just because there's a lot that I want to be able to give, and I am doing the best that I can, and I'm just sorry that I'm not around more often, guys. But I'm doing what I can, and that's the important part. So that's the important part. I'm gonna go though, because I have to edit this, and then I have to go to bed because I have to wake up early enough to put the food into the crock pot and turn that on so I can do meal prep, so I can save money by eating only one thing for the entire next week. And that's okay though, because you put it on rice or cornbread or chili, like or a potato. So I'm making a chili, and then there's lots of ways to make it feel like you're not just eating the same thing for a whole week, and it's gonna be okay. And I got a big old pork chili thing, so it'll be fine. We're looking forward to it, but I totally have to go, and I'm just babbling at this horrible outro. Whatever. Don't tell yourself. Don't. I have to go, and I don't want to. No.